Boris Johnson has signaled his intention to bypass Brussels completely by floating the idea of direct meetings with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and France's President Emmanuel Macron in a last-ditch bid to get a UK-EU trade deal over the line. The Prime Minister met with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Wednesday in an attempt to reach an agreement, but their discussions ended in deadlock. Now Mr. Johnson has made it clear he hopes to win the backing of the two most important leaders in the EU 27 rather than the bloc's nominal head of government. Mr. Johnson said last night, "What I've said to our negotiators is that we've got to keep going, and we'll go the extra mile, and we will. And I will go to Brussels, I will go to Paris, I will go to Berlin, I will go to wherever to try and get this home and get a deal." Nevertheless, Mr. Johnson also acknowledged time was rapidly running out, with the transition period ending on December 31. He said, "At the moment, I have to tell you in all candor that the treaty is not there yet, and that is the strong view of our cabinet as well." Key sticking points include equivalence, which he said would keep the UK locked in the bloc's regulatory orbit, and fisheries, which he said under current proposals would mean we wouldn't still have control of our waters, he stressed. The EU has already initiated no-deal plans for emergency legal agreements to keep planes flying to the UK and lorries crossing Europe. After their meeting, Mr. Johnson and Ms. von der Leyen agreed a decision on the future of the negotiations will be taken by the end of Sunday. Negotiations are difficult, Ms. von der Leyen said at a Brussels summit, where she is poised to update EU leaders on the state of play. If Mr. Johnson gets his wish, it would likely be seen as a bid to cut EU negotiator Michel Barnier out of the picture, something suggested by Lee Rotherham, Director of Special Projects at Vote Leave. In September, Mr. Rotherham told Express.co.uk, "My take is someone needs to step in and remove Barnier. The biggest mistake of the Commission was not appointing Frans Timmermans, the Dutch former Vice President of the Commission. He is actually very clued up. He is not a Eurosceptic, but he understands Euroscepticism. The biggest error the EU made was putting Barnier in charge and not Timmermans."